If you're worried about your favorite stocks, don't worry. We're going to cover 10 stocks in under 10 minutes, and 3 of them have active buy signals, which has been really tough in this market. So I'm going to give you a professional investor's critique, feedback, advice on these 10 stocks. So let's reset our timer right now for 10 minutes. So first thing we need to do is take a look at the market. What is happening in the SPY? Well, the SPY has a sell signal. That's not what you want to see. That's not off to a good start. Then let's jump into a little bit deeper. The SPY is still trending higher. We can see that right here with the 10 over the 20, price over the 50, but it got pretty close this week. It got pretty close that the SPY started to get a little bit anxious, a little bit possibly moving towards a bearish trend, but still 10s over the 20, prices over the 50. That's what we call our outlier trend template. And that tells you the direction of every stock out there. And you're going to hear me reference that several times over. Next is the signal. So we've got the bullish trend, a bearish signal, and bearish breadth, meaning we're getting more and more sell signals in place, less and less buy signals. That's not what we want to see when we're looking out in the market. We want to see lots of buy signals, and we are not seeing that. And in fact, we're also seeing less and less stocks with uptrends, more and more stocks with downtrends. So let's start with Palantir. Right, so Palantir, this is in the tech sector. The tech sector is starting to get a little bit less greedy, a little bit slightly more fearful. The tech sector has a bearish crossover right here. Now, why do you care? 40% of the stock move of any stock is due to the market. 30% is due to the sector, and the last 30% due to the stock itself. So looking at this, you don't have a great market and you definitely don't have a great sector. What about the stock? Well, it's still trending higher. Your 10 is still over the 20. Price is still over the 50 on Palantir, but I see some issues ahead. Next, we have a sell signal in place. The fear and greed is getting more fearful. That's not looking so good. And one thing that we're picking up here on TradingView is that it actually does have outlier blocks on top of it. So yeah, this is not looking so good on Palantir. Now, why do you care about these outlier blocks, these order blocks? These are areas of support and resistance that are marked on the chart where people are anxiously waiting to get out. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Palantir has a really possibly strong pullback after this point, because these trapped buyers are going to be ready to sell as fast as they possibly can. Looking at this, we can see the 10 under the 20, price under the 50. It's moving down. It's getting more and more bearish on the trend. Now let's take a look over here on the sector. The sector has a bearish cross on breadth. The sector also is moving up higher and higher on fear and greed. So a little bit of a discrepancy here in the sector, but this stock has been getting more fearful while the sector has been getting more greedy. That's a pretty important divergence you need to look for. Why is this stock looking bad while the rest of the sector is looking great? Let's take a look over at SoFi's chart right here. You've got a little bit of room up to this order block right here, but right now, SoFi is off my radar, Let's look at NVDA. NVIDIA right here, we've got the 10 under the 20, price under the 50, trending down in the tech sector, just like Palantir was. So really, it's not looking good at all. You've got 2 of 9. You've got a trend on the market, and it just might have some space to an outlier block. Yeah, no, there's no outlier blocks on top of it right here. 2 of 9. This is food stamps all day. There's no way I'm putting my money at risk in NVIDIA, and I certainly am not buying this stock with your money. That's how strongly I feel about NVIDIA. What about AMD? The advanced money destroyer. The advanced money destroyer is back. Sell signal happened back on November 11th on AMD. What's happened since that point? Not a lot of good. November 11th right here. Not a lot of good. In fact, looking from November 11th to now, shift click. Come on, there we go. From November 11th to now, we're down about 15%. Down about 15% on AMD. Again, just like NVIDIA, you've got 2 of 9. Got a little bit of room up to this block up here. But this is not one that I'd be interested in investing in. Now, I know that this is difficult because right now you're looking at the end of year and you're like, man, I really would love to make some extra gains into my portfolio. I heard the Santa Claus rally is coming to town. Unfortunately, you can't invest on a hope and a prayer and a hope and a hope and a prayer and a bet that Santa Claus is going to come and save your portfolio. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that at all. You want to have a plan. You want to have written details on when you're going to get in and out and execute that plan. And hopefully your plan has a solid, provable mathematical edge. Let's rapid fire this. We got less than 4 minutes to go. Robinhood actually has a sell signal as of December 12th. Again, Another finance sector stock that's not looking so hot. I don't know what's going on in the finance sector for Robinhood and SoFi, but the sector as a whole is looking great. What's wrong with those two guys? I don't know. I'm not putting my money there. What about Tesla? Tesla looks a heck of a lot better. You've got 6 of 9 over here. This is in the discretionary sector, and it's moving up, 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 and up, getting more and more greedy. The sector is getting more and more greedy. And what is this? Our first buy signal here on Tesla? Hang on a second. Hang on just a cotton picking minute here. December 4th. Where is that? December 4th is right here. Oh, snap. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. How much are we up since that point? If I click, there we go. We're up like 8% on Tesla, $38 a share since that buy signal came through just a few days ago. I don't know. This looks pretty darn great to Chris. What about Google? Google sitting on a sell signal, getting way more fearful. We've lost the greed on Google. Greed is going down hot and fast in the communication sector. This is not a tech sector stock, but it behaves like one. And right now, Google's not looking so great. What about Microsoft? This is a tech sector stock. Microsoft looks terrible. Sell signal came on November 5th. And okay, I marked it on the chart since then. We're still down 5% or though, or 5% or so. Has it recovered? Potentially, right? You can actually see in real time this order block working and providing that support. Will it be enough to push up higher? I don't know. I'm not willing to take that bet right now. Once it confirms, has the trend template flip over, then I'd be very interested. What about Meta? Mark Zuckerberg knows what he's doing, right? Well, he definitely has a buy signal. He's got a 5 of 9. The sector's not helping him out so much, but maybe, just maybe, he'll be a happy Santa Claus boy for Christmas. You got the 10 over 20. Price is hovering around the 50. If this can pull up a little bit higher, it does have that buy signal. That's our second of 3 buy signals I was telling you about. It could do it. It could do it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Lastly, gold. Look, a lot of people are getting out of stocks and getting into gold. Right back here in August, before this huge 26% run that happened in gold, getting more and more greedy the whole way. This is what you're looking for, by the way, when the stock is trending higher and getting more and more greedy. That's where you want to be. Right now, we have a buy signal. It is trending higher and it's getting more and more greedy. Gold looking pretty golden here. If we can break to new all-time highs, one of my very favorite things to say is all-time highs is bullish AF. Now, I can actually say it on gold because one of my things I like to say is that if it hits a new all-time high, nobody since Jesus has walked the earth the first time would be down money on gold. And that actually would be the case because there weren't NVDA stocks, there weren't Tesla stocks, but there certainly was gold back when Jesus walked the earth the first time, who is actually going to be celebrating his birthday this week. So I'm super stoked. We all need to make sure we say happy birthday to Jesus down in the chat down below. Make sure you have a fantastic, wonderful, amazing Christmas holiday with your family. I'm going to take 2 weeks off from the live streams, but don't worry, I've got you covered. Every single trade that we put on in the US Investing Championship will be live here on YouTube starting in 2026. And in the meantime, be sure you subscribe. Everything that we do is with the intention to help you become a successful, profitable trader. And look at that. We got 13 seconds to go. Have a fantastic Christmas break. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, click one of these 2 videos, and we'll talk soon.